Hello, 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 and welcome to the ENG Youth Netball Premier League Review Show. Coming to nearly the end as we come to the end of the season. And we're going to catch up with the drama over the past couple of weeks. Hey, Richard, how good are Leeds under 13? Are Leeds ready for the grand finals because of their play against Kingsway Power? Will it be a Shan and Sutton Town? Who will it be in the under-12 South? And Starz and Turnford, Lockhorns in the under-13s coming to the final games. We've got bonus, which is what's the fairest way to end games, Richard? Very interesting one.
I like your opinion on this, to be fair. I don't think I touched upon it. And because this was the reason we had a little debate and the reason why I was late for one of the games in the afternoon for the netball under-14s netball cup. So I would like your opinion on this, because my thought on this particular topic, I thought it was completely and utterly the fairest way to do it. But a few curveballs have been thrown in by Oldham coaches who put across a great argument.
Hang on. Let me finish my spiel, man. No, go on, Karen. Go on, finish it. Go on.
I just love your opinion on you can be the neutral guy.
Oh, I like to be impartial. Right. And a special guest, Starz, Penelope, and India. There we go. Done. I just had to do it, mate. I'm having fun. I can see the three of them laughing in the background, by the way.
A few tough weeks at the office. We're starting a little bit earlier tonight because unfortunately I would love to go and watch the Arsenal Man City game. But we've had a few tough weeks. They haven't been going to when we get into the back end of a season of a league, ideally that's when the excitement should be at its most intense. We haven't had that, unfortunately. It's been a bit hit and miss. Teams that kind of have, because we had to scrap our championship finals, some teams were just thinking, "Oh, we can't be bothered to turn up for the last game." Teams even going for the championship decided not to play games. So this Saturday just gone kind of eradicated all the silliness we've had over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and we got back on track because it was an incredible weekend of netball. Not only did we have the Youth Netball Premier League under 13s and under 12s final fixtures, the Netball Cup come back again for the under 11s, and the under 14s. The under 14s event come back since the last time we did it was back in 2019. So it's been a long time since we did the under 14s Netball Cup. But a great weekend, some great games, and we're going to talk about them tonight. But we've like Martin said, we've got a couple of special guests because there's a big weekend ahead. The final weekend of the Youth Netball Premier League. We've got championship deciders in both the under 12s and under 13s Youth Netball Premier League Southern Conference. And yeah, we're going to bring in now 2 of those players who are going to be playing in that competition, those 2 games, well, 1 game, and it's Penelope and India. And they're from Starz Netball Club. And I've actually touched upon something, girls, which I'm not sure if you saw in my promotional kind of post, but Kingsway Power under 12s drew on Saturday against Leeds Athletics. I think it was 19-0. That means, are you ready for this amazing stat?
Yeah.
That means you are the only club team, like Pacific team. I might get the clubs to start calling themselves Starz something next season, so we can differentiate between the age groups and stuff. But you're the only team out of 80 teams that haven't dropped points in the entire league since its creation.
Oh.
That is an incredible. Every single team in this league at some point has dropped points. But you specifically as a team, actually, I might be lying a little bit. I think there's 2. No, but you are the longest.
You can't come with a fact like that. I think, actually, I might be wrong.
They are the longest. I think it might be one. There's another one, actually. It's just come to my head, but you are definitely the longest. You're unbeaten over 2 seasons. And this weekend, you have a tough game against Turnford. And it's probably getting up there, Martin, with the Leeds, Kingsway Power, Turnford, Poole kind of rivalries. Big game for you. We know Turnford have improved from last season. It was a tough game last season as well. So before we get into it, let's let's introduce yourself. So Penelope, for anyone who doesn't know you, you've been on enough marketing and you've been in enough posts for people to know you. But for anyone who doesn't know you, how did you get into netball, and what is it you want to achieve within netball?
I started, which is something we do. They do up north. I kind of
Penelope, your internet's not that good. You're dropping.
Use your mobile data.
Yeah, use your mobile data. It looks like you're in a panic room as well.
Yeah, Penelope, use your mobile data as your internet source. That normally fixes the problem. India, we'll go to you quick. Whilst you're sorting that problem out, India, how did you get into netball?
I got into netball, I think, in year 1 or year 2 through school. And then from there were these like Sunday leagues where you kind of just put together a team with all your friends and you go compete just every Sunday in some park. And then from there, I joined Academy Netball Club, and then I moved to Starz. And I've been here for like 3 or 4 years now.
Cool. And what is it? What's good about Starz? Why have you been there 3 or 4 years? What's keeping you there?
I just love like all the coaches. They're all so nice. And
They are.
Yeah, they really are. And also all my friends are there. Like we have such a tight, close team as well. So we're always together.
And it does help that you're successful and you do very well. I can imagine that creates a better bond.
Sure.
So in terms of going forward in netball, have you got any dreams or aspirations to become a netballer at a professional level, or is it just about having fun with your friends and doing the best you can?
No, for sure. I'd love to play professionally. I think the next step is probably getting into one of like the Pulse hubs or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe Roses one day.
Yeah, we all and unless you give yourself a challenge, you're never going to get there. So you've got to put it out there and work towards it. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? You have a great time trying to get there. So don't. I always find if you set your mind to something, it doesn't pay off. When you look back at the journey, you learn so much. So now go for it. That's what it's all about. Penny, are you with us? Have you got the mobile data on?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a lot better now.
How did you
character keeping on the internet? You know what I'm saying?
How did you get into netball?
I started playing in year 2, and then I think I was in year 5 or year 6, and then I joined Starz, and I've just stuck with it since then.
Well, what part of America are you from, Penelope?
Chicago.
Whereabouts?
Chicago.
Okay, so I think one of the biggest thing netball could do is try and get America involved.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Because
so what's the netball scene like in Chicago?
There isn't really any.
I knew she was going to say that. She was like trying to be diplomatic there. Oh, well, not much. Really... Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't really. I mean, they're starting. I think I heard from someone that they're starting to play in America, but I mean, I've thrown out going to college in America, but I've always said no because I want to be like a professional netball player when I'm older. So, I mean, America's not exactly at the minute gonna help with getting there. So
it's an interesting one because when you think about how popular basketball is for women in America, those skills are easily transferable.
Yeah.
Easily transferable. So could you imagine a load of NBA level women transferring those skills into netball and playing netball? It would be mental.
It would be.
It would change everything. It would change everything. But how long have you been playing at Starz, Penelope?
Around 3 or 4 years, I think.
And why are you so addicted to the Starz club?
I think the same reason that India is. I think because I've very, very close friends there, and the coaches are very, very, very nice.
And again, I always found the best coaches weren't necessarily sometimes the nice ones. They're the ones that pushed you the most.
Yeah.
And I always hated those coaches who are patronising. Well done, everyone. You've done really well today. You're like, no, I didn't. I didn't do well today. What are you talking about? I need. Can you please tell me where I'm at so I know where to go. Yeah. So no, it's good to have you on here. So you got a big game this week. You're on a kind of unbeaten run of, I think it may be 18, 19 games across 2 seasons. You come 4th overall last season. It's 4th overall last season in the grand final. So a great debut competition for you. So this season, before we talk about the grand finals, Turnford, how do you prepare for Turnford? Have you played them recently, or are you just going off past knowledge from last season?
The last time we played them was the first time, so that was back in October 21.
Wow.
So it's been quite a while.
So are you expecting a tougher game this time around?
I mean, both of us have probably progressed by quite a lot, so I think it'll be a tough match. But all of our team has determination, so I think we can pull away with the win. But I think it's going to be a good game.
India, what do you think is the key thing? Now, I ask this a lot to people, and they say, well, everything's key. Well, but we all know that certain teams have a good attack, some teams have a good defense, and kind of stopping a certain player or a certain way of a certain way teams play is important. I know it's been a long time, but what part of their game do you think is their most important to try and stop?
I remember last year they had really good shooters and they were really dominating the court. So I think, but we've also got new defense like Tilly.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite the battle, I think.
Yeah.
But,
well, what makes this game even more important and is because of how strong the Northern Conference is. It's a strong league. And I know you beat Wire at the weekend. The Wire girls were telling me they're going to get revenge on you, and they didn't get revenge, did they? But the Northern Conference is quite a strong league. Coming top means you play Bury. Coming second means you play Oldham. So winning, last season's national champions. Coming second is.
Why are you scaring them like this, Richard? Don't scare them.
No, it's motivation. We need.
Does that play a part in how motivated you are as well? Were you aware of that, and does that play?
Yeah. I was aware that if we are to lose to Turnford, that we'd play Oldham. But I think that even though we lost to them in ENG, I think we've progressed a lot since we last played them. So I think that we can contest against them.
I think you can bring it. I wouldn't be worried about them. I think you've got it. I reckon you can nail it. Of course you can.
Yeah.
So you played Leeds at the weekend in the SNS Cup. Leeds, they up until half time were 4-5 down to Oldham in our league that weekend. I know the score didn't go the way you wanted it to do, but how good were they to play against? And do you feel they're a team that's unbeatable, or is it just a case of you just need to you need time to work them out? How good were they when you played them?
I think we just weren't expecting it, to be honest, because they've improved so much, and honestly, they're so strong and so fit as well. So if we now that we know the way they play, and Leeds have a very fast game, they throw it down the court really quickly. So I think we have a better shot now that we know what they're going to do and we know what to expect.
Well, at least you know where the level, what level it is you've got to reach.
Thank gosh.
Do you know what I've seen, Richard and girls? I've seen a massive improvement in gameplay across the board, especially with top level teams. This is where we're starting to see a lot of games drawing and being close by 1 point. So I think we're in for a great game this weekend and also in the grand finals. I think things are just going to be.
I think it would be really cool to be like in our age group, at least one of the first teams to be Leeds, Kingsway, or Oldham. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, well, we're crying like these northern teams are starting to. We went through a period where the southern teams would dominate our competitions, but now the northern teams are flying in and they're kind of trampling on all the southern teams. And we need someone to kind of turn the tide in the southern favour.
We've got this. Sounds good.
What would be in terms of success, in terms of the overall outcome? Would a top 4 finish again be a success for you this season?
Well, I think so, but I think this year the aim is to win, because I don't think last year we were. I don't think last year we were like fully ready, or like not fully ready. I mean, we didn't fully expect what like it would be like to play them, but then we played Kingsway, Leeds, and Oldham, and we also played Wire, and I think playing them now made us, and then losing made us realize how hard we had to work to beat them. So I think that we can finish higher than 4th this year. So.
Oh no, well, we haven't got long. We've got about 10 days. It's creeping up on us a lot. You've got a huge game on Sunday, and then you've got under 13s will be on the Saturday. So a massive week ahead for you girls. I wish you all the luck in the world. It's going to be a great day Sunday. I'm gonna say it's a 50-50 shootout. This one, I know Turnford have improved in this league. You guys, what I love about your club in particular, you've got great talented players. But I know I don't know about the other teams, but I know how hard your coaches work behind the scenes to analyze footage to make sure you're prepared, and that's why I think you're that's your secret weapon. A lot of clubs, they say, oh, it's not about them, it's about us type of thing. I do not buy that narrative. You have to know who your enemy is, and you have to understand how they play and how they move the ball. And your coaches, all I know is that they literally dissect these games, and that will help you big time in our national events and in our league. So a big week for you. But before you go, you've got to do a quiz.
The quiz. Time for the quiz.
So the quiz is you've got to answer X amount of quiz. You get there's a maximum of 12 points for this quiz. The winner will go into our national final quiz next Wednesday. It's a grand final celebration quiz.
Ooh.
The winner of that will win a prize. Now I'm thinking probably a brand new pair of netball trainers or something like that for the winner.
A horse.
No, the horse died.
Oh, okay.
We forgot to feed it. We were going to give a horse away, but we forgot to feed it, girls. So unfortunately, red rum is he's brown bread. So a pair of netball trainers, I think, probably to the winner next week. We might even get them customized or whatever. But
there's the leaderboard. We were like a leaderboard. Look at that. Has that been updated, Richard?
No,
hasn't. I knew it.
But this is some of the girls. It's not all of the girls. So if you get onto this leaderboard, you can be in our quiz national finals next Wednesday. So
if he updates it, you can win and still not be updated.
If I update it, which depends if I have a good week or not.
I've got to update the leaderboard.
Here we go, girls. We've got 6 questions worth 12 points. They're going to be multiple choice. So don't worry whether you get them right or wrong. Just have a bit of fun. Guess them, do what you got to do. But you two look a bit knowledgeable, so I think I might do well here. So first up, hopefully do you look at the league tables at all, girls?
Some depends which ones, but yeah.
More just like comparing scores.
Okay,
yeah.
The first question is, name me the top 4 teams currently in your league.
In order?
Not in order. Just the top 4. And you get a point for each.
You should get a bonus point if you get it in the right order, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
No, I was joking. Whoa, easy. That's not clarified yet. While we wait, there's an interesting light bulb behind you,
Me?
Richard.
It's an orb. It's not a light bulb. It's some orb.
It looks like he's got the thought process going on. Ding. Maybe you get your wife to turn the light off and on when she thinks you'll think she'll always be off, so we won't bother about that.
Bit hollow in there. Are you done, girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you don't do social media, India, but I think you're probably going to know this anyway. Who won the under-13s Northern Conference at the weekend? So the opposite league to you. Who won it?
Ooh.
Cool. Right. Next up, who are the current top 4 teams in the Northern Conference?
Look, the thought process. Did you see that? Oh, didn't expect that one.
So, in no particular order, who are the 4 teams who will be joining you next Saturday for the under-13s grand finals in the North? Martin, I've got to say, when I finalised all those league tables, it was a joyous moment.
What was it?
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. You know, I love what I do, but there's a point where you need a break. That's for sure. You need. I tell you, it's a good. No, some people they like. I notice some netballers they never take time off. Like they literally are playing, and I do advocate for anyone playing sport just to switch off for 2, 3, even 4 weeks if you have to. It's good to leave that kind of mindset for a few weeks, have fun, enjoy life, because it's not easy constantly being performance minded. It actually drives you nuts. Okay.
Part of my business.
Goals have been scored in the under-13 Southern Conference this season. This is a multiple choice one.
Okay.
What
was it?
So how many goals altogether have been scored in the under-13 Southern Conference? Is it 1,723, 1,724, or 1,725? So how many goals have been scored in your league so far? 1,723, 1,724, or 1,725? And if you'd watched these quizzes, you'd have known that question was going to pop off. Cool. You both done?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's test your knowledge on your scores now. So, what was the score between you and Turnford in last season's game? So, was it?
I seem to know that straight away. Look at that.
I know. Yeah.
Was it 24-19 to you? Was it 25-20 to you? Or was it 26-21 to you?
This is Turnford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So what was the score in last season's league? Was it 24-19 to Stars, 25-20 to Stars, or 26-21 to Stars? Happy?
Yeah.
Right.
Excuse me.
And who has scored the most goals in your league so far this season? Is it this season so far in your league? Is it yourselves, Stars? Is it Turnford, or is it Sutton Town?
That's a good question. That I like that one.
Well, if they were switched on, they would know it's definitely not a particular club in there. 100%.
Penny's really thinking about it though. She's like, oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to think who's first because Turnford and Stars haven't played yet. So,
but how do we decide who goes top?
It's goal difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
okay.
This is like total goals scored, not goal difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, total goals, not goal difference. Yeah. Penelope, do you not know where you are on your own table?
No, I do.
You actually even know how to look up the table, Penny?
My parents show me it.
Okay.
Just go on the ENG website and then go to leagues and then
Who shows you it the most? Your mum or your dad?
both my parents. Because whenever we play a game and then or like the new tables are up, we look. So it's like
Okay, here's a question for people. Put in the comments. When you play any sports, or which parent, mum or dad, is the one who really wants to show you the league? Like, this is where you are and this is where you're at the points. That's an interesting one.
It would have definitely been my dad.
Never.
I think it's more of a male thing.
Yeah. 100%. But girls, are you happy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Right, Martin. If you can do the scores on the doors,
Okay.
and we'll do you one at a time. So we'll start with you, Penny. In regards to the current top 4 teams in your league, show us your paper and read out your answers.
It's the top one. Starz, Sutton Town, Turnford, CD Phoenix.
And what have you got, India?
Okay, this is my Spanish book. Starz, Turnford.
Don't write in Spanish. We won't know the answer.
Starz, Turnford, Sutton, CD Phoenix.
All right, Martin. Drum roll. They both got 4 points.
Woo! Cool. Excellente.
Good start, girls. Like it. So none of you are behind. You're both even. Who won? This was meant to be multiple choice, by the way. So I'm going to give you just in case you want to change it, I'm going to give you the multiple choice. But I asked who won the under 13s Northern Conference. I forgot to give you multiple choice. Was it Kingsway Power, Oldham, or Leeds? Do you want to change your answer at all?
No.
Cool. So we'll start with you, India. Your second.
Okay.
Who did you say?
Wait. Okay. Okay. Leeds Athletics.
Cool. And Penny?
Leeds Athletic. I don't know if you can see.
No. Happy. We're happy. Okay, Martin. They both got a point each.
Hey, well done. Congratulations. Doing good. Doing good.
If this does go to a draw, we will throw out a bonus question. Okay. Who are they now? I haven't done this a lot on my quizzes, but who are the current top 4 teams in the under 13s Northern Conference? So we'll go back to you, Penny. What have you got?
Leeds, Kingsway, Oldham, and then WCA Bury. YWCA Bury.
What have you got, India?
Okay. Leeds, Kingsway, Oldham, YWCA Bury.
Bury.
Just
say Bury. Makes things easy. Just say Bury.
I didn't really focus in on yours, Penny, but I know you got the order. I know all your answers are right, and so are yours, India. Very impressed, India. You got yours in order.
Yeah.
Did you get yours in order, Penny?
Yeah, I said Leeds, Kingsway, Oldham, and then.
Very. Oh, this is a tight one tonight. So that's 9 points. You've got 9 points each.
Boom.
Oh, I'm gonna get this one wrong.
No, same, literally.
Okay, so I asked how many goals were scored in the under 13 Southern Conference. Was it 1723, 1724, or 1725? India, what did you put?
1723.
What did you
I
get,
said
Penny?
1724.
Oh, split.
And the person in the lead is
No.
India.
Oh, the bad luck, Penny.
Sorry, Ben.
It's all good.
9. Yeah, you can see how Penny's a competitor. She's like, it's all good, India.
And just get my friend to go and cut the electricity to the house. There we go.
Okay, what was the score in last season's game? Was it 24-19 to Starz? Was it 25-20 to Starz? Or was it 26-21 to Starz? What have you got, Penny?
25-20.
And let's see your book quickly so we can validate it. Getting tense here. And let's have a look at yours, India. What have you got?
25-20 to us.
Both of them are right again, Mark.
Whoa, they're on fire, man. They're on
We
fire.
recapped at training, so.
At the moment,
Well done.
India has 11. This is just as exciting as your game's going to be on Sunday. But Martin, can we charge for this quickly?
Yeah, we can. I can do it. I can
Yeah.
swap us to FPL streams live right now.
And Penny's got a
Tenner. It's a tenner.
So Penny, you need to get this right, and you've got to hope that India gets it wrong. So who do you believe scored the most goals in this season's league so far?
What does India say first?
Yeah.
No, let's do Penny first because
I was going to say because India. India's in the
I
league.
probably got it wrong, but I said Starz. Because
Okay. Based on that, it's 11-0. India, what have you got?
Stars. Wait.
Oh my God.
It's 'cause I'm pretty sure Turnford still has 2 matches to play.
Yeah.
No?
yeah.
So India, you not only won 12-11, you were perfect. 12 out of 12. Hopefully you can make the quiz national finals next Wednesday, because I'm going to put a bet on you.
Indy,
Ooh.
if you do, you better win.
I'm going to revise for this. I'm going to spend my weekend looking.
You can. Well, I'm going to give you a quick tip. Just review every league, every position, every top scorer, every team that didn't score. And but girls, it has been a pleasure having you in. You've been a delight. We'll see you Sunday for your final game of the season. We cannot wait. You're an amazing team, amazing athletes. Thank you so much for coming into the room.
Before they go, one quick question. We had this backstage. What do you prefer, to know your team before you play on the weekend or on the day?
I like to know what we're about to play. So, yeah.
So you'd rather know what?
Yeah, I'd rather know what to expect.
So you'd rather know that you're in the team prior to the game. So what I was saying was, Penny, is when you're coming into these big games in particular, I think part of the process is visualization, right?
Yeah.
So kind of mentally preparing yourself for the battle. So when I played football, we would always be told kind of a few days beforehand what the team was going to be, so you could mentally kind of work it. So would you rather be told a couple of days beforehand that you're playing and you're starting, or would you rather it on the actual day?
Did Indy answer this?
Oh, so
I'd probably like to know before.
Yeah. So you can, and I think it's good for. I just think it's good for preparation. I think that's my personal opinion. If Mel, you're watching and you're shouting at this screen,
how dare you ask that question?
I'm sorry.
I want to shout, mate.
It's just my because I do like to know how certain people do things, and I just think in terms of mental preparation, it's good to know. So you have 2 days at least to get your head in the game and get yourself prepared. But girls, be ready for Sunday. It's going to be a tough old game. It's going to be tougher than last season, and last season was a tough game. And we look forward to seeing you then. But well done, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you for
Thank you
having us.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
India, I'll see you next Wednesday.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
See you later.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
How cool was that? Let us know in the comments as well, people. What do you think? Would you like to know beforehand, a couple of days, or at least a few days before, or would you don't really care? You're good for on the day call up.
It could work in a negative way. You could sit there stewing for 48 hours and getting yourself in a state. Overthinking is a terrible thing as well. So for some people, preparation mentally is key. For other people, they'd rather just not know and just crack on. And it's a bit like me. I remember going on holiday, and I hate flying, and I was sitting in the terminal. I was kind of absolutely bricking it, and next thing, but the machine, the screens had all gone down, so I was just sitting there.
That's not a good start.
No, the women were walking around with the boards telling people when to board the plane. So when she come to, basically I said Holly, like, I think we should go and check. when this flight is going. So I went to the Virgin desk and I said, look, the flight to blah, 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 when is it going? And they said, they're literally going to close the gate. So so instantly I go into kind of like into injured attack mode. I'm like, Holly, get your bags, and we just run it. Holly's not a runner; she's not an athlete. Like she.
Mate, you're in trouble now.
No, don't worry. She will accept that. But anything to do with running, anything that is not her cup of tea. And I made her run to this gate, full pelt. The poor thing was dying, and got on the plane. Literally got on, taxied out, took off, and I completely forgot about that process of being scared, basically.
Right, yeah.
And I actually, going forward, I was thinking I won't mind a bit of that every time. I might just purposely plan to miss the flight and run to the gate to get on the plane, because that could be the same for picking a team. You could sit there for days on end, stewing and thinking about what you should or shouldn't be doing, but not knowing could be a blessing in disguise, where that kind of alleviates the fear and it allows you just to crack on without mentally torturing yourself. But then there's the other aspect to it where
there's a prepping thing, isn't there? Some people like to prep. Sorry, I was just going to say hi to Steve G. Granddad has been watching in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
I love it when grandparents watch and comment as well. Hello, Steve G. Thanks for watching.
It'd be cool to get people to send pictures in where they're watching it from and stuff.
Oh, mate. Yeah, all over the world. Love all that. It's brilliant. We do get them at FBL, so it's quite cool, especially when we do other stuff as well. It's quite cool. But going back to your thing about being prepped, yeah, I like to be prepped depending on what it is. Sometimes just getting on with it is fine. But I think in a gameplay, to me, yeah, I like to have my things in my head. Well, you see how I set my stuff up. I've actually got, prior to any of it actually starting, I've already got an idea on how I'm going to set my equipment up. I know, you know what I mean? I don't just turn up and go, oh, I've got a new bit of kit and there you go. I know what equipment's going to go out where. I'm prepped. I'm mentally ready. That's why I can just set up and I'm like, right. And if something's not right or in the wrong place, that's why you see me go, oh, where's that? It's just like, why have you moved that bench there? Move it out the way. And why have you put that speaker there? And you're like, well, because there's a plug. And I'm like, oh, it's not like my thoughts. There's a lot of stuff. He's laughing because that's exactly what happens.
That's what we do.
But, a lot goes on. But mental preparation, I think, is a lot, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of the girls know if they're playing or not. So men anyway. So yeah, good game Sunday. Let's have a quick chat about it. So
where do you want to begin?
Under 12s. There's not too much to chat about. We've got a couple of games in under 12. So we've got Sutton. Before Shan take on Sutton Town.
Yeah,
we're kind of predicting that they will beat Starz under 12s. Now, Starz under 12s can potentially still come second, but the goal difference doesn't really lean towards it. But maybe a win against Shan will help with their confidence going into the national finals. So, Shan have got to play Starz, and then they've got to play Sutton Town. So both games are important for both teams. Again, winning this competition. Well, this is a bit of a different one. This is a bit of a curveball here today. So if you go up, Martin, to the table.
Yep.
You've got, this is the conundrum, these players. So you've got Turnford, who's in fourth. Starz won't come anywhere about third, even with a win, because the goal difference is 2. Unless Shan get beat badly against Sutton Town, that's going to be a close game. So I can't see that happening. So if you win the league, yes, you win it and you come top and you get the medal, you get the gold medal and you get the trophy. And it's good to win things. Don't get me wrong. But you play Oldham.
So who cares?
No, but bear with me here. Now, Oldham,
I usually do.
From the start of the season, have improved rapidly. Now, Oldham come third overall in our under 12s Netball Cup competition. And don't forget, Oldham nearly beat Kingsway Power in that competition. They were like 40 seconds away from beating them. So that shows you how far Oldham's come, but they sit in 4th place in the table. So if you win the competition, you're going to have to play Oldham. Now, Sutton Town haven't, and this is where Sutton Town will be feeling a little bit jittery if they win, because Sutton Town quite convincingly beat Ellesmere Port in our Netball Cup competition in Essex. So they know over a 10-minute period that they got the better of Ellesmere Port. But they don't know too much about Oldham. So if they do come second, they'll be the positive to that for Sutton Town will be, well, we're playing a team we already have beaten.
Right. Okay. I see where you're going.
So psychologically, even though it won't be good because we all want to win a gold medal, the kind of backup is you're playing a team that you know over a 10-minute period you won, and you won quite convincingly. But if you win the league, you're playing a team that nearly beat Kingsway Power. So
yeah, but see, this is where I think you think too much, and maybe that's why you didn't become a professional footballer. But
no, it's just rubbish. I'm scared.
No. So seriously though, I think you, like me, I don't overthink it in that way. I'm like, no, I want to win the league, and then I'm going to beat everybody else because I'm the best, and I don't care what their stuff is. I know what I can do and what my team can do, for instance, and yeah. I'm always and will always be that way. I don't care who I've, winning that league, winning in your league, to me is the prestigious thing. It's like, yes, I won. We won the league, and that I think will be more to their benefit when they play, for instance, Oldham, because it'll be like, actually, they won the league, so they're not going to be easy to play against. And I know Oldham's a great team. I know that. I know all the main people going to the grand finals are great teams anyway, because they wouldn't be where they are if they weren't. But to me, I think there's an overflow. I think winning the league, winning your league, especially because it's a high performance league, means a lot. And I think that will give you more going into the grand finals.
Paul Martin, mic drop.
There you go. I'm not going to drop my mic because it's very expensive.
What Martin's saying is Shan and Sutton Town just win the league, because that will give you so much confidence going into the grand finals that it doesn't matter who you will play, because you will play like the champion you are.
Exactly. There you go. And I think, it'll be close whether you win or you lose. It's just fate. But to be the top of your league, especially in this league, what more can I say? Definitely.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That was just a little curveball I was throwing in there to, especially Sutton Town.
Oh, mate, I'll bat it back. Mate, I'll just...
You smacked it back. But Shan obviously haven't played any of these teams. So I think Shan have a...
Yeah, but they haven't played you either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes the unknown is worse than the known. Because coming up against teams that don't know nothing about you, especially teams like Shan, like when you say Shan Netball Club...
All I'm going to say, there's a wonderful website. I found it the other day.
Yeah.
It's called FBLStreamsLive.com. Go on there, pay some money. You can watch any game you want. It's all there. Watch how they play. It's all listed. Look, you can go up here. Look. There's all the leagues. Just choose which one you want to be part of, man. Buy it up, study it. You've got all the information you need. You don't need to have played them. You can watch and see how they play. There is no excuse.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how many people will access that building up to the grand finals. But
people are starting to.
Oh, brilliant! Yes. I like it.
And I will say, I won't go away.
This is how we create the unpredictability. If teams do their homework and they analyze and study, and not just that, just encourage the kids to go on there and study. Right, this is who you're going to be playing against. Look how they move. Look how they take the ball. Look, what are they like in defensive positions? Trust me, you're going to be going into that game thinking you've played them 10, 15 times. Like, there's no excuses to not maximize your performance. You've got the match play
every single game.
You've got the not only have you got the match play experience, you've got the knowledge. So there's no secrets in this league. Everything is out there. You just got to be kind of enthusiastic enough to just pay a little bit of money Once you pay that little bit of money, you that will
Invest
enhance.
in yourself, I'd like to say, sir. Thank you very much.
What is it like? What is it? $7.99 to subscribe or something?
Yeah, something like that. For the
$7.99. That could be the
$7.99.
difference between a top 4 spot or a 5th to 8th spot.
It's $9.99 for both leagues, so technically you'd want both. I would say.
Yeah, 100%. So
Yeah.
$9.99. That's like what was it? Pack of cigarettes these days?
Mate, cigarettes are more than that. But why would you say that? It's the I'll tell you what it is. I would put it down as like a KFC meal. You know what I mean? That's what you're talking about. One meal at KFC. Well, there you go, or McDonald's or whatever. It's Burger
what
King.
you're offering is 10 times more beneficial.
And yeah, believe me, it will last. And you get it for 30 days. So
well, that is what's happening in the under-12 Southern Conference. If we just move over to the
under-13,
go to the under-13s. But let's talk about quickly who I think will win the game on Saturday. I personally think it'd be Sutton Town. I just think a lot of those players have been in the league last season. They were playing up a year. They've just got the knowledge, they've got the experience, and I think that is going to be important. And I also think they've got the height. They've got a lot of height in their team, which Shan may struggle to cope with. But two fantastic teams. Shan have been amazing this season for a new team coming into this league. Absolutely incredible. But I'm going to go for a Sutton Town victory.
Oh, I would say I'm with you on it because I know a certain individual takes a lot from the streams and they analyze a hell of a lot. That's what I'll say from that.
So we're agreeing.
Yeah, we are. I really. Shan is a hard team, but I think going over the material of how teams play will give Sutton the advantage.
Cool. Well, let's go to the under-13 Southern Conference.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so we've got Southend Fires will finish off their season against Turnford. Then Turnford will play a couple of hours, well, an hour after they finish against Starz. Do you know what? This league in particular, I think I've missed 2 rounds of this season. So my kind of knowledge of it is not as great as it potentially could be compared to some other leagues. I know Turnford have improved a lot this season. Starz, when they played CD Phoenix, they showed a lot of vulnerability there. Even though CD Phoenix are a good team, I'm going to be killed.
It was close. They had to redo their team, didn't they? They had to.
Yeah.
They didn't they fall behind? And then they
didn't fall behind, but they were. I think we talked about if the game would have gone on 5 more minutes, it could have swung the other way, type of thing. I think based on what I've seen this season, Turnford look more solid in terms of performance levels. Starz, don't hate me. Please don't message me, Mel. Please don't message me, Luke. Just this is a review show. I'm gonna say Turnford.
I'm gonna say Starz. Because I don't want them to message me, especially. No, but I'll go with Starz because again, I know that they also study the information. They study a lot, and again, 2 great teams. Turnford needs not to go into. Turnford's massively known, but Starz, I think. I tell you why, but then again, Turnford's the same. This is what you get with both these teams and the coaches and stuff. They know how to turn the team around, put the players in to change the whole dimension of the game. And that's what we saw Starz do against CD Phoenix. And I think, it's that thing of, I just think they'll study more about Turnford game. I don't know if Turnford have a package, actually, to be fair, but I know Starz do. And I do know that they study it big time. So I'm going to go with the people who, I don't know.
Give you money.
That's the one. I can be bought, people. Only cost $7.99 for subscription. No, but seriously, no, that's what I believe. I really do. So I think that to see how they change things around and they can just do it, I think, and make it work. Yeah, I think that's why.
Cool. Yeah, well, we're going to find out. It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be stupidly close. And what decides these games is always the coaches. decision made. I remember the game last season between Turnford and Starz, and it may be a bet. I think maybe the wrong decisions were made potentially on the Turnford side, which changed the game. But the coaches are important. They've got to make the right decisions at the right time. And it's a tough one as well. Now, you bring a squad of 11 or 12 players, and do you feel you have to play them? Or is everyone mature enough to understand that it's not about an individual on the day, it's about a collective? So how much pressure are the coaches under to make sure everyone plays? That's
a good question, that is, actually. Maybe you could have asked the girls that one earlier, because to me, especially at this age group, it's not about, or actually playing in this league, it's not about everybody gets to play. It's about how good the team's doing. Changing that up.
I grew up. I was in a system where you knew, you're on the bench, you had to fight your way into a team, and there was no. I don't think once in my life did I ever. I think the only time I felt really annoyed I weren't in the team was when we played in the FA Youth Cup game against QPR. It was at Loftus Road, the stadium, and I got dropped like completely. I wasn't even on the bench. We travelled down on a bus, and playing at stadiums were really cool. And I just wanted to play in the stadium, and I was told you're not even on the bench. And I sat there like a face like thunder. But I was 17 at the time. I think, I was 17 at the time. So when you get to that age, you kind of, you're your own person, and you can vent and whatever. But as a child, never did I ever think I deserved to play today, or I should have got more time on the pitch. It was just a case of get what you're given, and when you get your opportunity, just own it. Show the coach why you should be on that pitch longer. And that's the difference between people who generally do care about their development and people who just feel they deserve just to be on there just because they turn up. It just doesn't work like that. So the best teams are the ones that understand that. And if the coach is under pressure constantly to bring players into the game, they can't do.
You can't. That's not like
speaking to a coach at the All-Stars. I'm not going to drop her in it. And we were talking about why certain clubs are so successful. And the players come along and they started talking. And she said, "Let me tell you this now. The reason why we don't do as well is because I'm not allowed to coach." Because every darn time, and she started just to rage, man. Like I must have brought something out in her that surfaced, had been bubbling to the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, every time I make a bleeding decision, someone's got always something to say about it. Because if I make a substitution, the player gets upset, the parent gets upset. So now I'm in a position where I don't want to make certain changes because I'm afraid people might get upset. And I thought to myself, what a horrible way to coach. Imagine sitting there for 30, 40 minutes and not thinking about how I change this game for the better, but how do I make changes without upsetting people?
Let us know in the comments, parents. What do you think? Do you think your children should play? Or do you think that, it is about the team and it's about winning? And, it's not about having to play. It's about being part of the team. There you go. That's a good one. Let us know in the comments, especially on the replay if you're watching this later. Yeah. We'll look at that. We'll monitor that one, mate, because I think that's unfair for a coach because they can't unleash the full potential of the team, I think.
Yeah. Again, if you're recreational, then get everyone on, let them enjoy it, happy days. But if you do deem yourself as a performance player, then unfortunately part of that performance kind of narrative is that you may have to just accept that you might turn up to things and not play a single second. But that's part of the learning. That's part of growing as an athlete. So, and if you don't like it, then you move to another club and you see if you get opportunities there. It's just as simple as that.
Well, my Jack used to play for Aylesbury United, and we had that word with the coach was saying about letting everybody play, and we literally, all parents agreed. We were like, you play the team you want to play. Don't worry about my kid's got to play. And it even came to people being on the bench. It was like, you know, about people turning up, whether or not, because they had quite a few players as well. But we was like, you know, if you can let us know that they're not playing or they're not even on the bench, that's great. And they, you know, we can maybe do something, because you got to think, you know what football's like. Every Sunday you're out in the freezing cold somewhere or whatever on a field, and it's like, you know, so it was like interesting. But we were like, no, kids don't play. Kids don't play. It don't matter as long as they're part of the team and the team's winning. It doesn't matter if you get, you know, it doesn't matter if you're starting off even you get taken off after 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. There was a reason why. So off you come. And that's what I love about your league, by the way, the rolling subs.
Yeah.
What I love about it is you can put a player on at the start, take them off literally 2 minutes later. And I know a coach who told me this, by the way, took them off, had a word with them at the side about the way that they were playing, and put them on a bit later. Yeah. You know, sort yourself out. Rah this, rah that. If you didn't do this, I can do that. And then they, you know, they put them on. But it allows.
Well, we'll talk about that briefly, actually, because what we're going to do now, football is starting soon. But I'll give this stream another 15 minutes because it's a good one tonight.
Oh, mate, just pencil us in. That's fine.
Yeah,
fit around your plans, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If we talk about the under-12s Northern Conference, so we had the finale.
Oh, right,
the under-12s Northern Conference this week. It was a well-needed finale. We were desperate for a good positive end to at least one season in our league, and this served up a very positive end. So Chester, they got the win because Kingsway Power Under-11s couldn't field a team. Wire, who are already relegated, lost to Grangetown. Now, because Kingsway Power Under-11s forfeited their game, that meant they got a 2-point deduction. And Grangetown won their game, which meant Grangetown survived on the last game of the season. So Grangetown, well done. You will be joining us next season. Bury, Ellesmere Port. Bury sent up what you would deem a B team, and was kind of unfair to them, to be honest. 56-2 win for Ellesmere Port in that game. But that meant that Ellesmere Port solidified their position in the table in third place, and they got a medal. So well done, Ellesmere Port. Then we had 3 big games. The Grangetown game was a big game, but the next big game was Northwich versus Oldham. And whoever won this went to the grand finals. Northwich started really well, I think 2, maybe 3 points up initially. But then Oldham, they missed another few shots. And once momentum started to die, Oldham kind of took control and won the game quite convincingly. So Oldham qualified for the grand finals in 4th position. So we'll be seeing them on the 6th. Then Kingsway Power, Leeds. Now, we've seen many classic encounters in our competitions. We've had one league already this season be won by goal difference, but never have we had a league be won where the finale game decides the championship and that game ends a draw. Martin, get that game up. We're going to show everyone the last minute or maybe last 2 minutes of that game, because I am telling you now, my nerves were mental. I just kind of was sitting there thinking, I was so nervous about the kids and thinking, I hope no one makes a silly mistake. I hope if someone wins, it's done without potentially a bad umpiring decision. I was sitting there thinking about every scenario that could potentially ruin the outcome, but we got a good outcome. It was a genuine outcome, and it was just amazing. It was just an amazing game of netball, and I'm going to go as far as saying I actually thought Leeds probably on match play deserved to win it, but as you know, Martin, that'll do.
Yeah.
Kingsway Power just know how to not lose. Do you know what I mean?
They are a phenomenal team. You can't deny it.
If you look at this moment here, Leeds are winning the game, and look, there's a shot missed there. If that goes in, they win. They win the game. But there was too many missed shots probably on the Leeds side and on the Kingsway Power side, just not enough. They were struggling to get actually into the shooting circle a lot. But here you go. Look, the goal goes in. It's 19-all. There's still a minute, and a minute's a long time in netball. a very long time. So at this
It
point,
is actually a lot of goals can go in, can't they? It's just...
look at that. That was a great interception there from the Leeds player. So at this point now, I'm thinking this is Leeds. Leeds, all they have to do is get the ball into the circle, maybe get a foul or whatever, and just pop it in, and they win the game. But still, with 30 seconds to go, Kingsway Power got enough time to score. But it's still going on. There's another contact from the Kingsway Power player. Now, this bit here, that's really hard not to give a foul against. So all this... So now it's 15 seconds. This is a shot that could potentially win you the league right here. And unfortunately, and I feel so sorry for these players because it is an intense environment. Then I say there's 5 seconds to go. And if the player just throws it into the shooting circle, they probably will get a free shot, a foul.
Yeah.
Goes backwards.
Yeah. Why? I didn't understand that. But then again, like you said, there's so much pressure, so much going on that, you know,
Kingsway Power here didn't actually know what the outcome was here. They were kind of standing around waiting. There
was quite a lot, actually. It was like waiting for the time of it. And obviously, this is when you announced it. Actually, I think I can rewind that and get the sound a little bit because you hear the cheer go out. Let's just quickly let's just do it.
Yeah, but
now I got to admit, I'm going to say so, right? I passed a couple of the Kingsway parents bit downstairs at the end of it all, and do you know, I'm so in my zone, right, with my screen. I nearly went to click to get rid of the timer. I was like, oh no, it's on the video. But I went past and I said, I think that's the first time I've seen Kingsway Power show emotion. Just love it.
They look mentally exhausted after that.
Yeah.
Now the talking point for that was Leeds. They beat them in like if you look back a year ago,
yeah,
there's no way in hell you would have visualized that happening.
No, definitely.
Leeds they weren't getting beat by Kingsway Power. They were getting tanked by Kingsway Power. It wasn't even a competition. So for them to come back this season and they beat them in the Netball Cup group stages. So that was kind of a moment where they thought, you know what, we can actually do this. But over a 36-minute game, I did not expect this. And throughout the game, they dominated. I believe, based on match play, Leeds should have won that game, but they didn't. So going into the grand finals, is it one of those ones where Kingsway Power can turn around and say, look, potentially we didn't play our best and we still managed to win, no draw, but win the league. So if we crank up our performance levels, we can go back to what everyone knows, and that's basically we win everything. Or is it going to be a case of, oh my God, we thought we're going to be going into this grand finals and absolutely trash everyone, but now we know there's a team out there who are equally as good as us.
Honestly, mate, I've said this to you before. Your league, if you were to end your league today, or not, after the grand finals, you can literally sit there and go, I've helped the performance of so many teams by creating the league that you've done. And I hear parents say it all the time, by the way. And it's that thing of the gameplay is totally changed from, like you said, even last year, because they're playing at that higher profile. Again, my videos, the live streaming that that I do, all that adds together, and the buzz and everything about the ENG league. That isn't it great to have? I mean, a draw at this sort of level, at the way that they play. Teams are getting better because they're playing against better teams and they're learning what can actually work, and they're thinking a lot more as well about the win. So
Martin, a question to you: who do you think, if they were to play again, and the only opportunity they will have to play again will be in the
grand finals?
And this is just give an insight into what I was saying to the girls. They looked kind of down because they had drawn the game, and I said to them, look, the reason why Leeds have got so good is because the bar they set is so high. Now, because Leeds have worked out where that bar is very quickly because of our under-11s Netball Cup, it's allowed them to obviously progress and get better, and Leeds have now reached that level. And I said, that's testament to them. they've done that. They've shown Leeds what they've got to do, and they've helped Leeds aspire to be that good. So it's a case. It's a case of they now have to kind of raise that bar again, and and keep pushing. But it's great knowing that in a space of a year we've managed to speed up a process of something that probably would have taken maybe 2 years or 3 years.
Or even longer.
Yeah, precisely. So I think if they were to meet again, it's very hard not to go with Kingsway Power. But
I was going to say
I would say Kingsway Power, but it's tough. It's tough.
Piece of paper that thin, right? Literally, it's you. I would only say Kingsway Power because of the way that they can change their game and the way that they work. But I'm seeing Leeds, Oldham, and all the other teams. They literally, think of it last year. Kingsway Power were dominating all the league, sort of thing. To this year, they're not. And that goes to how much it's changing.
No, but besides, Kingsway Power only won 1 league this season.
Was it 1 or 2? I thought it was 2.
1.
Oh, okay, 1. There we go. So
so we had different winners and 3 different winners. So no, it's good. It's really good to see. I do believe it's the more than a game too.
Oh yes, I did like that because you said that straight away to me, didn't you? Actually,
yeah, it's more than a game too. This is the game that when I'm 40 years old, we'll be looking at an under 15s level and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's ended."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
So, no, it's a great game, and it seems like it's going to be a good, healthy rivalry for the players. But they may meet again in the final of the national finals next Saturday. So we'll look forward to that one. Before we're probably not going to get onto our talking point because I need to go.
Just give us 2 more minutes. Just quickly throw it out so people can put it. Which was good.
I'm going to talk about the under 13s.
What's the fairest way to end the game? Because I really feel really hot on this one, mate.
Well, let's do the under 13s. So Leeds Athletic won the under 13s. They did beat Oldham, but it wasn't an easy game. It actually surprised me how they did actually look vulnerable in that game, which I didn't expect. So again, great for our competitions because if there's an air of vulnerability there, that makes match play a lot more exciting. Our job is to make sure everything is as exciting as possible and as even as possible. So Oldham, they didn't get the win, which is a shame, but they showed that if they played poorly in the third quarter. And it cost them the game. If they'd have played well in that third quarter, like they did the first, second, and fourth quarter, they potentially would have won that game. So it does show that next Saturday, it's not a foregone conclusion. It's tough to look past Leeds Athletic. I think what they're doing as a club and the coaching they're being given is incredible. But they still have a lot to prove. They haven't won a national competition at our ENG competitions yet. So, and Oldham have done, and so have Kingsway. Well, not this particular Kingsway Power team, but Leeds as a club haven't won a national competition at ENG yet. So pressure's on. They're a great team. They are very talented. Will they get the job done? I am 70% sure they will. But try and discount Oldham, try and discount Kingsway Power. You're looking at Starz there. Stars were sitting there. They're not going to be taken for fools.
No.
I'm
looking forward to it.
So I'm quietly confident the teams around them will do well, and will basically push Leeds to the maximum, or Oldham, or Kingsway Power, or Stars, all of them. So are they beatable? Of course they are. Everyone's beatable, but you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to make sure 90% of the time you're switched on.
100%, mate. There is no 10% layoff, mate. The teams
$7.99. Make sure.
Yeah, there you go.
You get yourself into.
Mate, definitely £9.99. Actually, to be fair, you want to know both teams.
£9.99. You can be under no illusion what Leeds do when they play netball. So, yeah, will Leeds win it? Are they unbeatable? No, because
every team can be beaten.
Every team can be beaten, but it's going to be. I can't at the moment. They are definitely the favourites to win that competition next week. And don't forget, in the under-12s event, the curse is still well and truly still alive.
What's the curse?
No team that has won the under-12s league in the north or south have ever won the grand finals.
That's a curse, mate, and a half. Ooh!
So maybe Leeds losing that league was a good thing.
Maybe, or maybe not.
Right, before we go,
got it.
If anyone's watching, stick the Arsenal score in the comments. I'm not an Arsenal fan.
That's annoying.
But I'd just like to know. But basically, in our cup events, we do extra time if it's a draw, and then we go to a golden goal. Now, in my opinion, the fairest way in a golden goal scenario is to neutralize the game, do a coin toss to decide who has the centre pass, because the next goal wins, type of thing. Someone come up to me from Oldham and said, look, I'm not sure about that. And I was like, oh, I said to her, do some marketing, explain to me why. And she said, one, it's just not fair. And two, just play from where the game stopped. So go to a golden goal, but then just play from where the game was stopped. So carry on.
Oh, it's a bit like banger racing. So when they have their final, they race round, and then it's like the winner is, it doesn't matter. They keep on driving it, and then they do another green flag, which is they go into DD.
Yeah.
And which is crazy because the drivers who just want to do banger racing, don't want to do the carnage or demolition derby. They like go into the middle of the track, but you never see people. It's like, shooting off. You get that. So what you're saying actually is you kind of have not a whistle, maybe a foghorn that you could do, and then that's like next goal wins.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. That's quite a good one. I like that.
But what do you prefer, Martin? What? Now the question is,
I'll tell you what I prefer.
What's fairer?
I don't think netball should have golden goal. I think it should be penalty shootout.
Should be, shouldn't it?
I think penalty shootout is the best way to go in netball because
the only thing that worries me about penalty shootout
is it takes too long.
It's like our timings are so very thin for things happening going wrong. So when we get extra times, it kills us because we hire these venues for 5 hours at a time.
And you got to think when I'm packing away as well, because I can't pack away until everything's done. And I do get ushered, but I do keep the film rolling, as they say, for medals. Yeah. But that's coming in my pack up time. And we're talking like literally, I've got 10 minutes to pack away something that takes an hour. So it's the thing, isn't it? It does eat into your. You've got to pay for the rental of these places, and it's not cheap. And you literally could be actually an extra hour, couldn't you? And especially,
precisely, I think a penalty shootout would probably take a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, more than that. By the time they organise themselves,
yeah, precisely. So maybe
I would say half an hour.
We had one situation where that potentially nearly happened, and I had to bin it.
You did
because I had no time to do it because I knew it would take me 25. It'd probably take a good 15 minutes to do.
I'll say half an hour, but yeah.
We didn't have the time. So no, a penalty shootout would be incredible, and maybe if we took it down to three shots each team, that might bring it in. But when you look at it from a perspective of you've had 10 minutes,
or maybe
you've had another 2 minutes,
and
you still haven't sorted it out. So now we're going to go to a golden goal, and we're going to pretend that everything's back to zero. We're going to flick the coin again, and that's your kind of punishment for not sorting this out in the time. What do you believe to be fairer, Martin? Play from where it was play from where where the extra time had finished and then next goal wins, or do you think a fairer way to do it is, look, you haven't sorted it out. The best way to do it is pretend it never happened, start again, next goal wins.
I think to me, carry on, because obviously that team is going to score a goal. But then again, were they behind? No, because they're drawing. So they were on attack and they were going to score anyway, or the potential was that they were going to do it. That's how I'd go. But do you know what? Again, the penalty shootout is actually penalty shootout, golden goal penalty shootout, as in, you know what I mean? It's not even.
That is not a bad idea. Straight into a sudden death penalty shootout.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that's brilliant, because then it's like, score. If you don't, right, that's it. You lost. I know it's quite horrible in one respect, but I do think it's a disadvantage to reset, for instance, on the golden goal. But I think a penalty shootout, sudden death, boom, straight.
But no, do you know what? That's not a bad shout, and I would love to. And the reason I'd love to see a netball penalty shootout is because it's something that will enhance the game.
And I'm telling you, yeah, I'm investing a lot of money in equipment that, you believe me, I'm ready, buddy. You know what's coming. And this sort of thing, I'm telling you right now, would literally light up the room, as they say. It will be like chanting. And that's another thing, getting people to be quiet while I take their shot. Because it's either going to be a lot of cheering. It's going to be like you on the mic going, "Can everybody be quiet, please? This is a very tense moment."
No, you know what? that will be the way forward.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision.
Potentially scrap extra time.
Yeah.
Go straight into the sudden death penalty shootout.
Wow. Okay.
We'll put it out there on Instagram. So the question is on Instagram is, do we, on the golden goal scenario, take it back to the centre pass and flick a coin? Do we carry on once extra time ends, and just say next goal wins and carry on from where the game had finished in extra time? Or do we go straight into a sudden death penalty shootout, straight if the game has been drawn? No extra time, no golden goal. If the game's drawn after 10 minutes, do we go straight into a sudden death penalty shootout where players will continually shoot from 2 meters away,
but
until someone misses?
Yeah, but they can't reuse their player, so it has to be.
No, they got to keep going through the whole team.
Yeah. Just to make sure, just to clarify, mate. Just write it in the contract. You know what I mean? Because I know what some teams are like.
So
And they play twins either.
Vote on that, please, and maybe we're in, the majority wins. So there you go. But Martin, got to go. Football's on, but thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you. Don't forget to comment. Everybody follow us on all the other things. Blah blah blah. Okay. Nice seeing you all, and thanks for watching.
See you Saturday, mate.